All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people of us of freedom all over the world. You are welcome to Let's Talk TV, your one and only YouTube platform that gives you confirmed news, all the back to back news, all the back to back update. As it is hot for Biafran land. Now, so you're going to get time for Let's Talk TV. So, on that note, let's go straight to the news we are carry on for you because this is coming from the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá. Yes, so many of you might not have actually seen that Simon Èkpá had a very strong, a powerful, when I mean a powerful, it was really powerful, a powerful interview with Vanguard newspaper. And one thing about Nigerian government that I've noticed is that they find a way to conceal things that pertains to Biafra, things that will push the struggle. These Nigerian news outlets, this is what they do. They had an interview with the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá, and funny enough, that news didn't go viral. Instead, they had to find a way to conceal it, except you try to Google it or you're informed before you're able, to get this particular news. But, say, wanting on Let's Talk TV, will keep on finding those particular news that pertains to the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá, Nnamdi Kanu, and the Biafran struggle generally. So without wasting much of your time, let's go straight to this wonderful interview that Vanguard held with the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá. In his words, "I have no hands in Southeast mayhem." Simon Èkpá speaks out. And the news in detail. Finland-based Biafran separatist leader Simon Èkpá has absolved his group, the Autopilot and Indigenous People of Biafra IPOB, of being responsible for the killings and destructions in the southeast and blamed politicians instead. We continue. He said, "Sit at home is a civil disobedience, but politicians are the ones sponsoring talks to cause the mayhem in the zone." Exactly. We still continue with it. The Prime Minister Simon Èkpá spoke in an exclusive interview with Vanguard during a question and answer section about his agitation and why he is doing what he's doing. The question: your agitation is affecting the people, and a lot of people do not understand what your agitation is all about. In his words, the Prime Minister answered, "Simon Èkpá wants the freedom of the Biafran people. He wants to finish what our fathers started. He wants to liberate the people of Biafra and those who believe that Nigeria is not meant for them. The liberation of Biafra is what Simon Èkpá has come to do." Then Vanguard went further to ask him, "Are you comfortable with the way you are going about it?" The Prime Minister Simon Èkpá once again went further to say, "I am very comfortable and optimistic that the way I am going about it, it is the only way that Biafra is going to be liberated. Nigeria is a very complex country with dangerous tenacity, and they have used their policy to subjugate everyone into slavery, making everyone not think about anything else except their stomach. What we do is first liberate our people from their mental sway, which is a deliberate policy imposed on them. What is happening now," the Prime Minister continued, "started as far back as 1957. They intensified their restructuring of Nigeria into an Islamic state in 1989. Their problem here is that many of you in Nigeria do not understand what is going on, and it beats our imagination that you people are living in hell, and many of you do not even know you are living in hell, the Prime Minister said. He went further to say, many people in Nigeria do not even know what is going on. It is we in the diaspora that is telling them what is happening. And it is very abnormal and unusual that people within the system do not understand what they are going through. Rather, it is people outside that are telling them what they are going through. And that is because of the system and the policy that was designed to make it difficult for anybody within Nigeria to rise and fight against the system or that particular policy. If there is anybody that does not understand agitation for Biafra, it is probably not in Nigeria, and probably the person is not sensible enough, the Prime Minister said further. He went further in his word to say, what is it that they do not understand? Is it that they do not understand how dangerous it is to be in Nigeria? Is it that they do not understand what there is an Islamic state in the north? Is it that they do not understand that BH is fighting for an Islamic state to convert Nigeria into an Islamic state? Or is it that they do not understand that Nigeria itself was a scam? He went further. From Nnamdi Azikiwe to Awolowo to Tafawa Balewa and others, they were all having their different views and opinions about Nigerians' amalgamation. Anybody that is above 18 today that doesn't understand what I am doing or what Biafra is, it means that the person is not sensible enough. Nigerian policies were designed and targeted at impoverishing the people and enslaving them, making it difficult for the people to revolt against the government, especially in the agenda of Islamization. That is what we are trying to liberate the people from. Not allowing the particular hardship of Nigeria to be a tool that will make them not to fight for a better future. And we are winning that war, he said. Now, another question was thrown to the Prime Minister. The question has always been whether you are fighting for the people or doing things for your glory. Now, the Prime Minister clarified that question instantly. He said in his words, I am fighting for the Igbo. I am fighting for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He is in the DSS dungeon and being detained illegally. Negotiation for peace starts with releasing Nnamdi Kanu. Court has discharged him, but you are in a country where BH terrorists are being set free, being given amnesty every day. They are not fighting for the nation. They are fighting for the Islamic agenda, and they are well-known terrorists all over the world. Brutal terrorists who have killed women and children, and they are not hiding it. When they get to the court or surrender, as they claim, they rehabilitate them and recruit them into the Nigerian army and send them to the southeast to start killing our people. As I am talking to you today, every security chief from the lowest to the highest within the Nigerian government house of Enugu is controlled by the Fulani and the Northerners. Are you aware of that? He asked. I am fighting for the people, and at the same time, I want to make history to be one of those who liberated the most powerful and successful nation in Africa. I am fighting to make history and also liberate the people of Biafra. That will be the beginning of civilization in Africa because we have what it takes to make Biafra the best country. Even to compete with Dubai, we have professionals scattered all over the world. We have the resources, the manpower, and the brain. What we intend to do in Biafra is a brain-based economy. What I am doing is making history just like Mandela Gandhi, and of every other person who fought to liberate their people from slavery and gain their independence and freedom. I want to make those history and liberate my people. I don't care what they call me now, but what they call me in the future would be what matters to me at the end of the day. They can address me however they want now, but I know what I am doing and I know what is going to be the end point. We continue with the news. The Vanguard News went further to ask him, are you comfortable with your modus operandi? And he said, I am very comfortable with my modus operandi. And the only way to disorganize the Islamic agenda in Nigeria and to free my people. What I am doing is the only way. There is no better way to do it. Now, I am telling you, as a media person, but you should be aware, as a media person, these are the problems. The chief security officer of the Enugu state government are all northerners, and many of them are related to the Islamic State. So how can you continue to live in a system like that? Most of the people condemning what I am doing today can never support Biafra, not because they do not want Biafra, but because of the impunity of Nigeria. They are very comfortable in corrupt system. They are scared of finding themselves in a sane society where justice, equity, and fairness would be the order of the day. They are not going to be comfortable. We are not expecting them to support Biafra. We know that the last person to support Biafra are the political system, are the political persons who are corrupt leaders, and they are very comfortable in Nigeria. But an average person from Eastern Nigeria knows that Nigeria is not what they want. Many people may not have a problem with the agitation, but the violence. The Southeast is a no-go area. They instill fear in the lives of people across the state. It's not the indigenous people of Biafra that is causing the violence and the fear in the Southeast. Sit at home is civil disobedience and not a violent measure. Now, Vanguard asked him, who are the people causing the violence? Who are the people doing it? The Prime Minister said in his words, the same politicians are doing it. Politicians are mopping up arms and sponsoring armed groups. This is among the armed groups they are using to sabotage Biafran agitation and realization of Biafra. Whenever we call for a sit at home, these same people will unleash the armed groups to go and start causing problems to tag it Biafra, thinking that when they do that, we are going to run away. We have been shouting about it for a very long time. So, if you want to look for who are the people responsible for the violence in the Southeast, look at these armed people sponsored by politicians. Look at Ugochinyere Ikenga, for example, a House of Representative member who, from Imo State, if you listen to his interview on Arise TV last time, his house was invaded, burned, cars were burned to ashes, properties worth millions were destroyed, and people were killed. The CCTV caught the people that came in, and they happened to be the Nigerian security agents. If the CCTV was not there, they would have accused the indigenous people of Biafra. One thing about you people is that you people are very corrupt. Nigeria is a very bad country. It's a very bad country. All of you are corrupt. You know the truth and you don't want to say it. I'm done talking to you. I don't want to have this interview anymore. And that is how the Prime Minister, Simon Èkpá, gallantly ended the interview. Ọbata Obie. Ọbata Obie. Yabata ye negi woto woto. Ya ripu. And that is how it's meant to be. I have said this. times without number. Times without number. The insecurity that we are seeing in the southeastern part of the country has nothing to do with the sit at home, has nothing to do with the Biafran struggle. This has been well orchestrated and well planned by the Nigerian government to demonize the name of the indigenous people of Biafra and to disrupt the Biafran freedom. Politicians, you see, politicians are the major problems we are having in Biafran land. Except these evil eggs are wiped out. Then secondly, the people who, are fostering the insecurity, is the military. These people are causing more insecurity in the southeastern part of the country. You see what is happening in Osumog. You people are seeing it. That a military Tokano jet. I never see this kind of thing before. Let's not go to that area. We'll bring up that talk later on in the next video I'll be dropping. So you've heard the interview. Now I want you to understand something before I end this video. The Nigerian government, the system that they do, they use is, for example, you see this interview, they're not going to trend it. They will make sure they conceal it so that the public will not be able to see and know the truth about the struggle because they do not support the truth. So that is why some of us have not even seen this video, this particular interview. Most of us did not even know that the Prime Minister had an interview with Vanguard. They find a way to conceal it. The best you can do as a true Biafran is to make these kind of things go viral. This news, share it. If you have, Facebook, if you're on Facebook and other platform, share the link, share this particular news to so many Facebook pages. Let our people be aware. Let them be informed. Let them understand what we are really fighting for. Don't let these people continue to suppress us. Do the needful. Continue to support the struggle and continue to support Let's Talk TV, because one thing you're sure is only the quality news and information. On that note, I sign out and I say thank you once again for joining me on this wonderful episode and this wonderful news we are carrying on for you. God bless you.